Hi, I'm Sam, owner of Branded Threads. It's Wednesday and I just finished printing. Tomorrow is Thursday, which is the first day of Impressions Expo Atlantic City, and it's only about 5.5 hours from my shop, which is drivable, so I figured let's go check it out. Now this is my first time shooting a vlog style video, and hopefully we all can get something out of it. One of the major things that I want to do in this video is kind of get pricing for you. So I'm about my 6th year into screen printing and owning my own shop for 3 years now. A thing that always drove me nuts in my growth was, I'd always set goals of, I want to be a manual printer, and then I one day want to get to that auto printer. And then once I have the auto, I want to get to the automatic coder and the CTS and all the steps that go along with it. But I never really knew how much that stuff cost. And you can't just go online and Google it. I've tried Reddit, I've tried YouTube, I've tried all the different forums to find pricing. Sometimes I could find answers here and there, but never really the answer that I was looking for. So I'm gonna ask the manufacturers for pricing, and if they're okay with me sharing the pricing, I'm gonna share it with you guys, which I think is like a pretty big deal to me. I know when I was watching videos and coming up, I would have loved to know what I needed to set like my monetary goal for to be able to get an auto in the shop. Like for instance, I bought my auto, like when I was setting goals, I had no idea how much it cost. Like honest to God, I had no idea how much it cost. I knew how much a manual cost because I could go and even like my local vendor tech support, I could go on there and I could see how much, like a 4.6 was or a 6.6 and so on. So I knew like what to aim for in that sense, but for an auto, I didn't know if it was like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000, which the answer is kind of all of this, not 10,000, but you can get into your intro presses and then go up from there. So if I can see some new equipment, and like I said, if the manufacturers are gonna allow me to say the prices, I will definitely share the prices with you. And hopefully we can continue like this vlog style. Maybe this is particular, to a show like the Impressions show, but hopefully like throughout, maybe we do one every quarter or something like that, just catching up and just kind of like shooting the shit on what screen printing is and how to run a business. I'm here at the M&R booth where I asked them what they were most excited about, and they said the Copperhead Flex Plus. So we're gonna go over a few features of the press today. So the press here is shown in this 6x8 configuration. Standard that it comes in is 4x8, which is gonna be $35,000. And the 6x8 with the quartz flash is gonna be right under $45,000. So this press is pneumatic as well as electrical. You can get it in single or 3-phase. It uses only a little amount of air though. You only need a 5 to a 7 horsepower air compressor to run it, and that's going to be for the chopper of the air cylinders and actually like lifting the head, which is a feature that I'm going to go over. So this is the feature that I was talking about with the print head. You just pull that up, lift it, and lock it into place. That way you're going to be able to tape up any pinholes that you have, as well as do a way easier color change than you would have with like a side clamp or without this feature, and this is available on all the Copperhead presses. So something different that I saw on this press was this motor at the top of it, which on a Cobra press is actually gonna be mounted on the side, and that's gonna be a belt-driven flood and stroke. That's gonna be a little bit different, like I'm running with the Diamondback. So you'll actually notice, like on my press that's pretty much fully pneumatic, that when I get to the beginning of the print stroke, it's gonna pause for like a half a second to a second, and that's gonna be building up the pressure before it chops and it actually fills and strokes the flood image. On this press, you're gonna have way more consistent results where you're not gonna have that pause due to the belt-driven motor. It's really consistent back and forth every time. One thing that's a little bit different about this press, as well as all of the Copperhead series, is gonna be what they're calling the step back program. So opposed to it going in revolver, where it's gonna actually go around 2 different times, which is like how I run my press. On this one, you're gonna be able to print head 1, it'll flash, step back right in order, step right back in order to print head 1 and flash again, so that underbase can serve as your highlight white. So anything that's like 2 to 3 dozen pieces, that's gonna be way more efficient than burning a second screen and registering it and all of that. It's something that they're pretty excited about. It seems pretty fast to me, and I'm excited to watch it work. This press is not going to be your entry-level press. This is going to be called their BFA, which is the Best First Automatic. I'm actually going to read a couple of the features of it instead of trying to memorize it. Like I said, it is fully featured. It has the electric heads, the electric index, the step back program, the palette preheat, and it is expandable. So you can remove the unloader station and actually add your 6th head with the flash. That would be 7 total, but you're gonna be able to print 6 colors on this press and have your load unload station as well. I'm at the Supacolor booth today, and in January they released their new transfers, and I've been using them since then. Thankfully, I was the winner of the Stampinator giveaway at Impressions Expo Long Beach, and I got the Stampinator in my shop now, and I got $2,500 in Supacolor money. So I've since used the product, and I've noticed that, and it is a feature that they have talked about, but I've noticed that my time that I have to peel, and especially like being a business owner, you know, I might get like an email or a text message or a phone call where I have to look down at my phone real quick, or, you know, look back behind me. I've noticed that the time for me to actually peel the transfer is longer, which is a huge help. I don't have to be like, it doesn't pop up and I'm hurrying up and trying to rip it off as fast as I can. You know, and I'm still getting a really smooth peel with that. Also, the colors are more vibrant, and they have more colors that they're offering now as well. Let's check out the booth. I'm here at the Vastex booth, and I'm going to go over the semi-autocoder. This is a great option because some of the autocoders now on the market are about like the $20,000 range, and this product's going to be, it's like $2,500 for it. So it's going to be controlled with a foot pedal. That's how you're going to go up and down with it. Now, the reason that you may need this in your shop is going to be as you teach people, you know, you're bringing in employees and you're teaching them how to coat screens with emulsion, you're going to get pretty inconsistent results, whether it's the pressure or the speed that they're actually coating with. This is going to give us way more consistent results. So this is that's going to be your scoop coater holder, and then you'll put it right on the screen, and then you'll go up and down with it. So you set it here, go down, and you just keep the same pressure on it the whole time. You get to the top, scoot it up, and then you would repeat the process. And you just remove the screen just by pushing down. You pull the screen out, put the screen in. There is some variable for the speed that you're gonna operate it at, and it's a 110 plug, so you don't need 220 or anything crazy like that. It's just standard electrical requirement. This was like my first press, but now it's on steroids. It was I had the Riley Jr. This is the Riley Hopkins 250, and I mean, it has all of the different micros on it. This is a 4x2, but this thing is like literally overbuilt, which is always a good thing. You know, you're not going to be able to break this or beat it up, but it's crazy to see all the micros on a press this small, man. It's really impressive. Okay, it's Sunday morning and I'm back in my shop. I decided to come back on Saturday night because I didn't really see the value in staying the night in Atlantic City. It wasn't my favorite spot, but I am glad that I went. The weather wasn't the greatest. I know, because I live on the East Coast, that you're gonna have those days in March that you're gonna get 6 inches of snow. Luckily, that did not happen this time, but it was cold and rainy, so I just didn't stick around. The area of Atlantic City really isn't the best area to be around. There are a lot of stragglers around. We'll just keep it at that. And really all there is to do is to go to the beach or the casino, and the beach wasn't an option because it was like 30, 40 degrees and raining. The casinos, there are nice casinos that are almost really like Vegas caliber, not quite as big, but they are just as nice. And and they're popular. There's a lot of people in there, but there are some that are dated, and I decided to get back to my shop because when I leave these shows, I am always very inspired to get back to printing and instituting some of the new techniques that I learned and some of the new products that I may have got samples of or whatever it is. And that's really a major reason to go to a show. If you've never been to one before, I probably would not recommend the Atlantic City one, but I would say more like I went to Printing United in Vegas. This year it's in Atlanta, but that was a great show. It was very big. Long Beach is like by far the best one to go to for actual printing stuff. You're gonna get away from more of like the digital and even like large format printing and stuff like that. But you should definitely go to a show. You never know who you're gonna meet, the conversations you're gonna have. You're gonna meet the manufacturers that you're actually giving your money to, which to me is a great deal because I can have conversations about something that, you know, I can see fits better in my shop, and they may have a solution for me, or something that they may want like feedback on that I can provide. And you just open up that conversation, meet people, show your face, introduce yourself, and you honestly, you never know where it's gonna lead. I'm now gonna be instituting some Chipley into my shop for my online stores. I don't know why I wasn't using them before, but if you haven't heard of them, check them out. They did not pay me to say this, but I'm just saying check them out. It seems like a very great system. It's gonna work well in my shop, I know it is. And on Tuesday, I'm gonna get that set up, so I'm very excited. And like when I was in Long Beach 2 months ago, I got hooked up with Printava finally. I'm sure you all know who that is. If not, check them out. Again, not paid to say anything, but the ability to quote that fast and have all my invoices and a place to pay without, you know, bouncing around between like credit card processing and PayPal and Venmo and all these different places, just kind of centralizing everything and having the money flow into one spot really has been a game changer for me. And it's only been 2 months. I can't imagine where it's going to be as I progress and get, you know, busier as a shop in total. You're gonna see products that you didn't know existed. You're gonna see products you did know exist, and then you're curious about, and you may just buy that product or subscribe to them, or, you know, whatever they may be offering may be perfect for your shop. So all in all, like I said, if you have the chance to go to an expo or a trade show, you definitely need to go. You're gonna benefit from it in some way. And whether you own the shop or you're an employee, it's a great resource for everybody in the industry just to go to it. But all in all, you might just get inspired. You'll be more excited to get back into your shop. It won't be quite the daily grind that it always is. But that was our first vlog style video. We may decide to do one every quarter or so. Maybe like 4 of them a year. Just kind of like catch up on what's been going on, something that I've learned that I want to share with you, and not so much of an instructional video, but just kind of like the state of screen printing and my shop, or, you know, where I see the industry headed, or seeing things that are being implemented or whatnot. It just seems like a good way to kind of catch up with everything. But thank you for watching. Check out our website, brandedthreads.com. The Instagram is brandedthreadshop, and subscribe to this channel and give us a like. It helps out tremendously. Thank you. Hey! Easiway. Great chemicals, terrible basketball players.